Welcome to our first reboot of BASSment JAMS. My name is DJ NECROMANCER, and for the next hour and a half, I'm going to play for you guys some tunes, and then we'll do a little Q&A at the end here, and we'll answer some of you guys' questions that you sent in, and we'll be ready to rock. Appreciate you all for jumping into the chat, and I want to thank my boy Therma here, who's on the controls for the mic and the cameras. All right, let's rock. This stream is powered by Athletic Brewing. Please sponsor BASSment JAMS.
Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. Your desire your desire stirring to me to fulfill to me. desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled in me. Your desire staring to me to be fulfilled. Your desire. Your desire. Your desire. Your desire. Desire. Your desire. Your desire. Your desire.
You're locked in with Necromancer on BASSment JAMS.
Things massive. Hold it down first. All the West Kings massive.
myself a life saying. We know this is a champion race. 3D yard we up in my jump the place when it's on. We know this is a champion race. 3D yard we up in my jump the place when it's 40, cutty, run the band. 40, cutty, run the band. 40, cutty, run the band. 40,
Love you, honey, I love you, I do.
One last one for y'all, and then I'll get to the interview segment. I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you so much, Therma, for controlling the cameras. Really appreciate it. And next month, December 16th, 7 p.m. Monday, we have Therma showing us the business. I'm extremely excited. You all should be too. So that's going to be a fun one. I hope you all enjoyed. One more for you.
So everybody in the place, nice! Ah yes, Fantasia. Ah yes, Fantasia. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We provide the music, the lights, the sound, the DJs, the MCs.
Matthew McConaughey, baby. All right. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in with us here at our first episode, the reboot of BASSment JAMS. This has been an absolute blast. Trying to get this all put together and get the basement all figured out and everything worked out. So we're really excited. I have a ridiculous lineup for all of 2025. So I really can't wait to share that with you as time goes on. Let's see. Now I'm going to get to the questions here. First of all, I wanted to make sure I talked about the purpose of BASSment JAMS in this reboot. It's been a kind of a long time coming, and we've kind of toyed with bringing it back and forth, and I've used the BASSment JAMS Twitch channel to stream before in the past, and it's something that's been going on in basements starting when I lived in Robbinsdale, Minnesota. And I have to give credit to both Confident Chill and my boy Victor Knuckles. Knuckles was the first one to show me Ustream in my basement back in 2013, I think, in Robbinsdale. And so Knuckles was a huge part of that, and I believe he was shown the streaming process with Confident Chill, who used to go by Smilodon. And Confident Chill still has a channel up, and he does an absolute killer job. So make sure to check out his channel. And huge thanks out to Victor Knuckles for showing me all of that back in the day on the Ustream. It was a absolute blast to get to have that experience, and then now we're here, so that's pretty awesome. The channel now, rebooting it, we went from Robbinsdale to eventually South Minneapolis off of 37th and Lyndale, to eventually teaming up with this group called Redline Reload, and that was with Andrew Hill, known as Nostalgia, Jack Denny, known as, at the time, Johnny Foreplay. And then we had Kyle King, and then there was the Kid Vicious on there as well, and everybody had a different channel. And I teamed up with Eric, who goes by Apparition, to do a stream with BASSment JAMS, and we rebooted it to a bigger platform. We were doing it weekly every Tuesday for a few years, and ended up doing it out of, instead of my apartment at the time, this place called Slam Academy, which is now still a thing. It's a school in South Minneapolis that teaches electronic music. So we did that for a number of years, and while doing that, I got to meet a bunch of amazing local promoters, DJs, producers, and got to have them guest on our show over the years, and that had created a lot of connections and bonds that I've carried to this day, and I'm forever grateful for that. And then I took a bit of a hiatus for a minute, and then have kind of since made a resurgence. I teamed up for a little bit with the Subsequential crew, who was founded by, I think the brainchild, I would say, was at the time known as Nicky Boy Floyd, Nick Shvetsov, and then with Amory, Katie Watson, and Steph, who they all teamed up together to make this amazing night at this studio called Honey, over in northeast Minneapolis, and that ran for about 2 years with a small hiatus in the middle. And myself and our good friend Victor, who goes by Cryptic Disciple, teamed up with them for the second half of Subsequential's existence, and that was pretty groundbreaking, I feel, for Minneapolis, and was a really cool moment. And I once again created a family out of that, and hold a bond with those people to this day that I couldn't be more grateful for. Fast forward another few years, I started playing out again, and I started playing pretty much exclusively vinyl for a while, and it was really fun. Have been playing Infrasound a bunch for the last few years. Been playing shows for Mechanics, the Black Box, Communion, recently the Great Beyond, and a bunch of other festivals and shows across the country, down in Miami with United D&B and American Grime, and all over the U.S., and I couldn't be more thankful for that. That all being said, I now have another child on the way. I have my son Finley, who's about to turn 2 in January, and then we will have another child this January. Let's see here. Let's slow this sucker down. We're gonna slow that down. And then with that, all of that going on, life has been pretty awesome. My full-time job being tattooing, but it is also really chaotic and it's a lot of work. So I kind of have to pull back from going out and playing as many shows, or going out to as many shows as I have over the last 4 years. And I'm trying to figure out a way to give back to the community, because you guys have all given me so much over the past years of my life doing music, and I am forever grateful. So the best thing I could think of is, why don't I dump a bunch of money into my basement to create a studio that I can bring some of my favorite artists to come down and showcase what they want to play. The basement for me has been one of my favorite places to play music, because there's no audience. There's no pressure to feel like I need to play music for a reaction. There's no pressure to feel like I need to be doing anything more than play music that I want to show people and music that I want to hear. And then when having my friends over for years and going over to my friend's house, having crate nights, digging through records, playing new tunes, I've discovered so much new music, and I've gotten to see a small window into what a lot of other people might not go play out when playing a show, but love to play out when they're playing in their basement. And I'm hoping that this show can give you a window into these people's personal music life, and hopefully show you all some new music. And that's kind of the goal of BASSment Jams, is just an opportunity to get to ask questions to some of the artists that you might be discovering, or some of your favorite artists that you've been following for years, and then get to hear whatever they are working on now, or stuff that they're wanting to play in the future, seeing what they want to see, where they want to see their project going. So that's the overall goal of BASSment Jams. I hope that sounded eloquent enough. Nick, did that sound pretty okay? All right, 10 out of 10. So now I'm gonna answer some questions for y'all. I had a small handful of people reach out for some questions in this Q&A, and I gotta scroll here on my phone to find some sweet screenshots of y'all's questions. All right, here we go. We're gonna start off with Jack Figgy. The question is, how did you build such a nice vinyl collection? As someone newer to the game, feels like there aren't any good places to just dig through crates. So you either have to buy online or have connections. I think you're right. When you are new in the circuit, especially, and maybe you haven't done a lot of record store shopping in your life, it is kind of hard, and it feels a little tough to like know where to start. And then when buying from overseas, if you're buying on Bandcamp, which is really nice because it does give the money directly to the artist, but a lot of it's from the UK, and that ends up costing an absolute insane amount of money. So the one online record store that I couldn't recommend more, and I would like to say, I don't even know, like maybe even close to 25 to 50% of the records in my basement here all come from Red Eye. redeye.uk, I believe. They have this awesome program where you can buy records, and then instead of shipping them right away, you can get pre-sale and everything, and then they put it all in a crate for you, and you can build that crate for as long as you would like. I'm right now sitting on a crate that I haven't shipped out in over a year, and just because I haven't been buying as many records recently, and so it's been pretty slow, and so I've just been slowly putting records in that crate over the last year, and then I just build it up until I get to about I personally like to do around like 25 to 50 records, because at that point the price per record that you're shipping isn't as much as a singular record costs. Because when you're shipping out those singular records, sometimes like on Bandcamp, you are buying a $30 lathe cut, 2 tracks on it, amazing tracks, exclusive record, $30. Shipping is $40, and that hurts a little bit, and so you don't really get quite as the exclusive of the records when it comes to Red Eye. Sometimes you do, depending on how many people are pushing out, but you can save a boatload of money on a bunch of really great records. And honestly, that is even a place where sometimes I'll just dig for records on there, and then I find new music through there as well. So I end up not only finding new artists that I go download digitally, but I also then am acquiring a crate that I can then send later in the future. So that is a huge online hack, I guess. And as far as digging for records out in your city, wherever you're from, you gotta hit the record stores, and then you gotta hit the used section, and you gotta dig. I have spent anywhere from, I don't even know, like maybe 3 hours to like 5 hours sometimes, depending on who I'm with. So if I'm going out with friends like my buddy Nick here, or other people who love to dig for records, we'll hit shop to shop to shop. People like Nick and I and others, and we'll just flip through records for hours if we could. And then you don't find like a bunch, but you usually come across a few, and when you find them at the stores, there's also something kind of special about that, because those records have been played by other people, and those have like passed hands and have made it to this place for you to find, and it kind of feels like finding buried treasure, and that's kind of a special thing too, so it makes the records a little bit more exciting. I actually have only, maybe out of my whole collection, I've only sold like maybe 10 or 11 of the records that I've purchased, and all of the ones that I've sold have been doubles, and they're all like super exclusive records that are either really old and haven't been put out for a long time, or they're like really new, and I had bought multiples because I know my friends here all are looking for it as well. And we had a chat going on for a while called Vinyls Anonymous, which did the exact opposite of what an anonymous Alcoholics Anonymous group did. And it's like if you went to an AA meeting and they had kegs there. So so yeah, that was dangerous for a few years. We were really we were pretty unhinged, and we were going pretty hard. So I hope that was helpful. we're gonna go on to Ploof. Any tips for smooth transitions from one genre to another on vinyl? Dubstep, jungle, or techno, D&B, for example. Yes, I do have some tips. I did a little bit of that here. I wouldn't necessarily say they were quite as smooth as what I normally do. I haven't had as much time to prepare for playing this set as I've been working my butt off just trying to get this set up for the further streams to come. So hopefully I can show a little bit more of that later in the future, a little bit more smooth transitions like that. I started at 124-ish and I ended my set around 170. Try to find those tunes that have like a wide range. Luckily for me, with turntables like the PLX 1000s, which are a Pioneer turntable, it's kind of like a mimic of the Tech 12s by Techniques. This has a tempo range that boosts your tempo from the standard +8 to, I believe, +50. So there's +8, +50, and then in between there's a +16, and that really gives you a lot of BPM range. So you can start really low, and then throughout the song, if you find a song especially where there's like, my favorite thing is finding a song where there's just a really sweet like ambient transition, all the drums go away, it just turns into kind of a melodic feel, and in that you can take that and slowly pull it up, and it almost goes unheard, the pitch change. And then when it comes back in at that faster speed. The faster pace gets everybody's heart rate elevated, and you can start mixing in higher BPM tracks. So that's my trick for doing that. Hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully you could kind of see that while I was playing today. Some of the transitions weren't quite as smooth as I would like to say I normally play, but I did have a lot of fun playing these, so I hope that's helpful. Big up Poof. Let's see, what do we got here? This is from my boy Farley. What do you remember being the catalyst that sent you down the path of being a full-time artist, whether that be music, tattoos, or painting? Oh man, that honestly, so that goes back super far for me. This is gonna maybe sound crazy, maybe not. The catalyst for me really was, this is gonna sound crazy. So in 5th grade, there was this kid, let's call him Jesse. This kid was super quiet. He was a little, I would say, he was just like a little to himself, a little like different. People had a hard time like finding commonalities with him and getting along with him. And I felt similarly in a way with this kid. I also stuck out a little bit and was a bit different, but I didn't have the social hardships that he had. I have always been very good at having social interactions with people. I'm an outgoing person. That's a part of my personality that's been a strength for me. But where he and I had a lot of similarities in the way that we had a harder time with making friends and stuff. I've been horrible. I have a bunch of learning disabilities, so I've been in special ed and different stuff like that since I've been in 1st grade. I've been on Ritalin, Adderall, the works, and it had been pretty tough getting to really make those connections because of being brought into different classrooms and stuff, and then it being a bit embarrassing to talk about it, especially when you're a kid, because you feel kind of like an outcast, and like I felt stupid, and I didn't want people to think I was stupid. But this kid was an amazing, he made flip books, like 50-page little post-it note size flip books, and they were animated and they were really cool, and nobody knew that he did that. One day he was out sick, and the teacher was like, you guys all need to lay up like just lay off this kid, give him some love or something, because you guys are ruthless to this guy sometimes. Look, and then she pulled out this flip book that she had gotten from him, and she's like, hey, take a look at this amazing piece of artwork he did. And she was flipping through it. We were all seeing it. We were all pretty like blown away, thinking that we didn't know much about this kid at all. And we were like, wow, this is really cool. And in the back of the room, I believe it was this kid, Cody, who I used to draw with sometimes. And under his voice, but loud enough for the entire 5th grade classroom to hear, as she was trying to big up this kid, she was like, isn't this amazing? And we were all like, yeah. And then Cody in the far back of the room goes, yeah, but Tyler can do something 10 times better in 5 minutes. And I was just like, oh. And the whole class kind of went, oh, yeah. And the teacher obviously was like, yo, we're not comparing here. But like in this weird messed up kind of way, in my heart, I was like, that was like one of the first really big compliments I've ever gotten in my life about anything that I did outside of just being a person, like a thing that I did, something that I, took ownership of, like being an artist. And when Cody had said that and we all heard it and we were all like, whoa, I was like, yeah, so I'm going to do art forever now. So I know that's kind of a long drawn out one, but yeah, it was really pivotal for me, hearing that, because I didn't really hear much from teachers or others that I was really good at anything. If anything, I was told that I was really bad at stuff and that I needed to do a lot of work. I had to do a lot of classes outside of school. Like I did summer school pretty much from 1st grade all the way up until my sophomore year of high school. I did all that, and my parents signed me up for classes to try to catch me up, to make sure I wasn't getting held back. But yeah, I always excelled in visual art and music. It was always something that kind of came naturally to me, and I was constantly being big upped my entire life when it came to the art world. So that was a real solidifier. I was like, well, this is what I do now. And so forever I have done visual art, I mean, since before I can remember. And then I started playing music when I was a kid. I had to have been like 9. I started playing piano, and I did that for a few years, and then eventually picked up the drums. And then I started playing in bands. The first band I was in was this band called Monition in 8th grade. And my buddy Brian, his dad, Bill Rost, had an old reel-to-reel recording studio in his basement, and that was the first time I've ever gotten something recorded that I have ever done musically. We recorded an album, like a 6-track album, on a reel-to-reel, old Tascam film. When we were editing it, we had to cut and glue things together. It was pretty cool. So getting to do that since I was a little kid was really fun. And eventually I played in a bunch of other metal bands, and every band is looking for a drummer, and I just so happened to also excel at that, so I ended up playing for a lot of bands. And I think the last band I played with was this band called Ask the Sky, with Mike Chrysamalis and Ben Illies were kind of like the glue of that band and myself, and we all 3 of us together had different bassists and vocalists come in and out. Yeah, that was the last band I was in, and I was done playing with them in, I think, 2010. And shortly after that, I was painting for TC shows, doing live paintings and stuff. So yeah, it's been kind of a journey. And from the live painting for the TC shows with Alex, I got introduced by this guy named Quagula, and I painted an Amplitude down at the first floor Barfly. That was my first time, I think, in maybe mid to late 2010. And then I started painting with them a bunch of times, and then joined a group of painters. And we ended up calling ourselves the Cognition Kids, with Ben West, Fong Nguyen, and Jake Item, and we painted together for years. Ended up doing murals, installations, different gallery stuff, and Ben and Jake ended up kind of moving into gallery spaces more, while after I got sober, I started kind of continuing the live painting stuff and would bring out Fong, Ben, and Jake anytime I could to some of those events. And yeah, so we painted for a bunch of different promoters and communities across Minneapolis and even into Wisconsin and stuff. That was a lot of fun. So that kind of covers I believe that covers my art career. Eventually, I started DJing, I think, in like 2012-ish. I used eDJ on my phone and would DJ in the car when my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, Rachel, would drive around in her Volkswagen Golf. And I'd plug in to the car and just play like I was a DJ anywhere we went with anybody in there, and eventually bought some DJ gear. And then I took 2 like kind of micro lessons DJ wise from Andrew Hill, Nostalgia, back at this old house that they had in Northeast. And after the first like micro lesson, he was like, dude, you don't need DJ lessons. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, you just need to work on these things and you'll do fine. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I would really like one more lesson. He's like, sure, that's fine. Just work on a set and then come show me. I did that, went to his house, and he was like, yeah, dude, you're good. And then the next time I saw him, we were both playing a show at Barfly main room at an Amplitude, and I played the front room, and it was absolutely packed, and I was addicted after that. I was like, I got to do this all the time. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, that's like my story through there. And yeah, it's been amazing, kind of buying DJ equipment, selling DJ equipment, and everything in between. Getting to go from that to curating sets and like events, like the coffee and cigarettes thing was probably, like, in my mind, one of the most like successful curated thoughts that I've ever had. And then every time I get to play for Communion or Steve's shows, I really try to put together something special, and almost always vinyl, because Dave Ekblad and Steve and Christian and Jasmine, they always have that stuff dialed. So playing records out there it's almost better than playing in my basement, and that's pretty impossible to do sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna move on to Connor. Thoughts on the trajectory of the future of our type of music? Yeah. Yeah, if you can't hear from here what Nick said, I read that and he went, whoa. Yeah, and then he said, that's a big one. It is a really big one. The thoughts on the trajectory of this type of music that we're working on, the underground bass music scene. It's kind of, so the tough part, the short answer is it goes in a cycle, and it does the same cycle all the time. It goes every few years. Something starts underground and it becomes popular, and then it shifts throughout the entire world. It starts usually in a small community somewhere on the planet. It goes around and other people hear it. They like it. It mutates. It gets bigger. The more popular it gets, the more it mutates, and the more other people want to put their hands on it and be a part of it and a part of that community, and it becomes a large thing. And then that large thing either gets manipulated all the way to almost not even being what it was to begin with, or it gets a little tainted, and then just kind of dies out eventually. And then after it dies out, there's still all those old heads that have been, I mean, a lot of people, I think a lot of people, especially when you're younger in the scene, have a harder time with the old heads, because the old heads sound so angry and bitter and jaded. And then the older you get, and the more in love with this music you are, and the more invested you become in it, it's really hard not to become that old jaded guy or that old jaded girl that's like, back in my day, this was what this was. And like, even with newer music, there's stuff where it really takes the root of where it came from, and I love those artists, and I love that music. You don't have to be old to make good music, but the way I feel about music being good is sometimes different. So this guy's a savior, saving both my needle and that record. Yeah, the hard part is trying not to stay jaded from the music scene, because it is going to change. It is going to become popular if it's good, and then when it does become popular, it's going to run its course, and then it's going to die again. And then there's going to be all these people like saying stuff like dubstep is dead, and it's like, well, it was never really dead. It was just somewhere else in a different universe, and it had changed so much. But there are still people out here making crazy tunes that are really holding on to like the pieces of its originality while still being able to make it new. So it's tough. It changes all the time. Yeah, big time. It does die. Things do die on the Beatport sales chart. Yeah, I mean, music's always going to change. You just have to find what you love about it, and stay true to it, and stay true to yourself. Be open to hearing different things and trying new things. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you love it, you just added something to your arsenal. All of these records behind me, a lot of the old heads, they call them weapons. Like some of these tracks are shellers. They're absolute weapons. These are tunes that will get a dance floor moving. And so, you just gotta stay true to yourself and what you like, and be open to hearing new and different things. So big up DEFCON Sound, big up Connor. I hope that was helpful. I hope all of this has been enjoyable for y'all. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a sneak peek into what the next few shows look like here. So our next show for BASSment Jams will be December 16th, 7 p.m. It is a Monday, and it is after Distinct Motives, Motive Mondays, and XI. I play after XI plays, and so 7 p.m. Central Time for BASSment Jams. And our next artist will be my brother, who is here with us right now, and he's been holding it down on the camera switching and everything like that, which has been super sick and really helpful. And he goes by Therma. He's gone by a bunch of names before. Nicky Boy Floyd. He is a turntablist. He is a hip hop beat maker. He is a drum and bass enthusiast and producer, as well as a dubstep aficionado, with releases on many different record labels, including the Shikaria Project with Mystic State. And he's one of my favorite artists in Minneapolis, let alone the Midwest or the U.S. He's done a lot for our scene here in Minnesota, and it has translated globally. Believe it or not, I'd seen other Minnesotans and other people, Denver at the Black Box, wearing Subsequential shirts, and it's hard for me not to instantly think of Nick and just go like, this is way bigger than I could have ever thought it would have been. But like at the same time, obviously it would get huge because there was like somebody that had real heart behind it. So I'm really excited. December 16th, Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Therma. gonna be crushing it, playing some of his favorite tracks and some of his own originals. And then following in January on the 20th, we will have my other great friend, Jack Denny, come play his Antithesis project. His Antithesis project is super sick. It's a lot more wide range and variety than the Turnian sound stuff that he works on. Has much more of a specific scope that still is very broad, but the Antithesis gets even broader, ranging from ambient music to drum and bass, jungle, a lot of jungle stuff, footworky music, 130, and like garage. It's a really great project, so I'm really excited to have him on, and he will be ripping up a 90-minute set, and I'm excited to have interviews with both of those people, Therma and Antithesis. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the stream today, and I'll play some outro music for y'all, and I hope to see you here. Put it in your calendar for January 16th at 7 p.m. Central here on BASSment JAMS on Twitch. Bring us on to the BASSment JAMS home screen, my boy, Therma. All right. Appreciate y'all.
All alone in a flat, all I see is cracked windows. I'm putting haste in the air, dressed in black. Do you think I care? Black face there, in the dark like prayer. Dogs on a leash, 120s on a dash, 110s on the feet, bog bends in the flat, rocks turned into ash. Relax, block dreams in the crack. Man, I'm trying to get rich at the top of the map. At the top of the map, man, I'm trying to get rich at the top of the map. Look, there's a grave inside your mouth to press against. I was looking for religion and no saint from where the rain will go away. Press the stainless solar cake, my vision blurry stomach ache. Never working on this day, I'm in the corner bathing grey. Save a name that plays up in the chords. Flood that shining razors for us. Cutting up these things I held these shots of babies name and force. Stained the forwards, bloody rags upon my skin. Thoughts they slip on down my head, I hear the scream, no sound effect, I'm down in red. I'm in the ends, trying to put the steel down again. Carry wood on a hillside, surrounded men. Lost men, trying to sell them a pound of flesh. I'm in the ends, with a blade down my trousers where used to smoke weed to get me stressed. Getting money is the only way I'm blessed. Red rose, get on, I'm pressed. In a city where there's no one left. Dressed in black, do you think I care? Black face there, in the dark like prayer. Dogs on a leash, 120s on a dash, 110s on a feet,